Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video. I'm once again in Valheim, and today, folks, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about getting that black metal. Now, before we get into it, the way we get black metal here in the plains is to basically deal with the Fuling villages or camps or whatever you want to call them. Basically, you kill these guys, they're little goblins, and they drop black metal. However, they do come as a big group, so we're gonna have to prepare for that, and I'll show you how to take out an entire village. So we're gonna need some stone. As you can see, I've got 70 stone, I've got some frost arrows, we've got some food, so might as well eat up, and of course we've got some wood. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna be smart about it. I'm always a fan of being smart about tasks like this. We're gonna set down a workbench, and so the workbench will of course allow us to do some building. We're not going to build anything too complicated. We're just basically going to build like a hill of some sort that will allow us to climb up and basically give us the high ground over the Fulings or whatever they're called, goblins, and from there we can then just shoot them out. Now very important here, and I will kind of probably repeat that throughout the video because it is very, very, very important. There are several types of Fulings. There's the brute, which we don't really care too much about. They don't really pose much of a threat. And then we have the spear throwers. They need to go first, so that is really, really important. And then the next ones that we need to focus on are the shamans. So I did go 7 tall with the structure here that I built, and so what you can see right here, I'm putting the crosshair just underneath the upper lip, so that allows us to use a total of 4 stone to expand the structure that we're building. Now of course the Fulings will probably most likely attack my workbench, so I'll destroy it before they do that, because we only put it down as a temporary thing so that we can build this structure here. Now let's get these guys dealt with and continue with our structure here. Obviously you do want to build your hill, your mountain, whatever you want to call this little structure, slightly out of the villages or encampments range, so it's going to be slightly further, but that does allow you to aggro them from a distance and basically expand as you see fit. Now of course this is a tiny little village, but I have used this method to take out bigger villages that had like 3 shamans in it and stuff like that. In that case, you do want to build a slightly bigger structure, so keep that in mind. So we'll place down the workbench up here. I do need to go and gather the materials that these guys have dropped, as well as the materials from the previous workbench. So we'll do that. Now do bear in mind that the black metal scraps, which is what these guys drop, does weigh quite a decent amount, and we're getting some more Fulings coming our way. Oh, this guy is a spear thrower, so we need to deal with him. There we go. Now I prefer the frost arrows because they do slow them down and they do decent damage. I could probably just about deal with them from here, but I'm going to continue expanding the structure here as much as I can. I do want some leg room. Okay, we're running out. We've run out of stone. Now, there's plenty of stone around if I do need any more stone, but I think this will do for this type of size encampment. So, from this point forward, it's just picking them off one at a time from a distance. That was a shaman right there that you saw. Now, he was quite far away. There's another one right there. So, obviously, take into consideration the drop of the arrow. As you can see, once you hit one of them, the others start running around like headless chickens. They do want to come to you, but they know they can't reach you, so they just end up running around like headless chickens. So this method does somewhat break the AI for this. Now, alternately, you can enclose your workbench right there, as you saw. I'm going to place down a chest right here, and the reason for that is, as I said, the black metal scraps, which will be turned into black metal, does weigh quite a decent amount. It is also a good place to store anything spare, so I'm just going to slide down the side. You do want to be careful not to take too much damage, so be mindful. Now what's happened here, for example, I have taken out most of the Fulings in the village, so I'm just going to sneak in and then pick them off one at a time. If I do think that I for some reason might be struggling, I will make a run for the little structure that I built there, the little hill that I built. So Let's see what this guy's doing. If he's running towards me and I can pick him off from a distance, which I missed, that just means I'm going to go up here. Now you can run up vertical hills by just sprinting and jumping. Once you're up here, basically just time your shot and then freeze them with the frost arrow. Of course, it's up to you how many frost arrows you bring, but I do think it's good to be over prepared. For a small encampment like this, I'd probably say 100 should do. Just in case you miss a couple of shots, just in case there are some brutes as well. They do take a couple of shots. So this is what I meant to do before, where you just slide diagonally down the little hill that you built. So once again, I'm just going to go back in, pick them off one at a time. And I do have my little perch right there that allows me to stay safe. There's one right there. See if we can get him. And down he goes. Okay, I can hear one more, so that's, I believe, the last one. I did completely miss that shot, but he's coming towards me, so I'm going to try and be stubborn here and hopefully not get hit. That was close. And there we go. One more shot should finish him off. And that was the last one. So basically, I took out an entire camp here. Now, I've dealt with bigger camps, but as I said, as you see, the Fulings do drop the black metal scraps, which we're going to pick up. Hopefully I don't get too encumbered. However, do bear in mind that when you do deal with villages, there will be chests that you want to loot. And some of them will also have some barley. So again, you want to do that. And of course, this is right here, the Fuling Totem. Now you need 5 of these to summon the final boss. And I have a brilliant guide coming out for you guys, showing you how to completely break the boss. And just makes it so much easier. So let's do this. Don't forget to pick up the barley, loot everything, loot the chests. And of course we have our very own chest up there so we can store stuff if we do get a bit over encumbered. So keep that in mind. That's why I placed down the chest. Now one last thing I need to do is check out the chest. Let's see what we get. Now in the chest you may get some black metal scraps. You might get some of these needles from the death mosquitoes as well. So they do help as well. Pick them up and store them in your base. Now just as an illustration here, I am using the same method that I showed you before to deal with a very large encampment. This one had, I believe, like 4 shamans, had a brute as well. You'll see there's loads of black metal scraps scattered throughout the area. These are just creatures that I've killed. So I'm just taking my time, picking them off one at a time. If I can get a sneak shot on them and one-shot them, that's even better for me because that means I use less arrows. But all in all, this method is pretty foolproof, easy to keep in mind. Notice that I do have a larger let's call it hill, I guess, mountain, perch, whatever you want to call it, makes no difference. It's very effective at taking out big camps, as you can see. Try and get this guy. Okay, I completely missed that shot. So when you do miss a shot, that's what happens. They just run around like headless chickens. So wait for them to calm down before you shoot at them again. So when you have all the black metal scraps that you can carry and you brought them back to your base, what then? Well, just like with any other metal, you basically have to put it in a forge. Now, I do have a forge here. We have some stuff right here at the end. This is what I've managed to gather. And as you can see, it's quite a lot, and it was not all that difficult. So I'm going to grab a bunch of these. We'll put it in this forge right here. Now, of course, this is the blast furnace that I'm using. So we fill that one up. Obviously, the scrap metal is heavy, so I'll put the rest of it back in the chest. We'll need some coal as well. Coal you get from burning wood in the kiln. And then we fill it up in this hole. And we wait for the black metal ingot to come out, which should come out this end. So give it a couple of minutes. There we go. We have one black metal ingot. So what do you use it for? Well, you go to your forge and then you can craft yourself some shields, and I believe there are also some weapons that you can unlock. However, I'm quite happy with what I currently have, but I'll show you just how much these things cost. They're not that expensive. You do need the chain as well. But all in all, getting the black metal is not all that complicated, especially if you use the method that I've shown you. You can take out the villages really, really easily. And that's pretty much it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful and informative. If you have, please do not forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And of course, don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content to the channel. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description. And until next time, stay safe, folks.